afternoon, John Brzenk.
Good afternoon, Gary Roberts. Is this going to be scripted?
No, okay. We're here at the break at the Tahoe Arm Wrestling Championships. Thank you very much for sitting down on ARMTV today. I just have a couple questions to ask you.
Shoot.
I've noticed you've kind of fluctuated in weight classes over the last year since I've been in the sport. Can you educate me, because I haven't been around the sport long enough to fully understand. How do you decide what's the best weight for John Brzenk to pull out? What?
Oh,
I've seen past video where you're heavier.
Yeah, I decide months in advance what I want to do, what I want to accomplish. Do I want to pull the heavyweights? Do I want to go after some of the lightweights? I've had problems with my arm, so it's been it works on my confidence with the heavyweights. So I've been thinking that I needed to diet down and pull some of the smaller guys, but now my arm's feeling better, so I'm actually pulling the heavyweights at a lighter weight. So you might see me back pulling the heavyweights again, 215, 220. Throughout the years, my weights fluctuated between 198 and 220. So.
And how do you know whether you want to come into a tournament and pull your class or, all the way up to the supers? Today you're pulling
in a tournament like this, yeah. I mean, it's just fun for me to pull everybody at every weight class, everybody that I can, and it's financially it's lucrative, and it's a good workout, and it tests me.
So when our members are watching and they see a match where you lose to, like, say, Tim Brzenk, is it when John Brzenk loses? Is it because of a hard match before? Is it because of pulling a lot of classes? I mean,
John Brzenk loses a lot of matches to people that he doesn't know, and especially when they're good arm wrestlers like this guy was. Never heard of him before. I mean, I could tell just setting up with him, he was extremely strong. I thought about trying to top roll him because he was thick. I'll try to hook him next time. We'll test him in the hook. So, I get myself in trouble when I'm pulling guys that I don't really know, because I don't expend a lot of energy on the setup, as much energy as I should. Pulling 3 classes, I have to conserve a little bit, so it's tough to expend that energy before the go, which is needed sometimes to get the good setup and the good explosive hit.
When you fall to the B side, is it kind of good sometimes to sneak in and come around on the back?
Not in this case. It wasn't very good because I worked hard to beat Matt early on, and then I got beat by this guy. So now Matt and I are both in the losers bracket again. So I'm going to have to take care of business again in the losers bracket. So I could have just as easily just lost to Matt initially and been in the same position, only had to really arm wrestle him once.
How many long matches can your body be built for in a tournament? A long tournament?
Well, arm wrestlers, if they're smart, they train. During practice, they'll train anywhere from an hour to 2 to 3 hours. So most good arm wrestlers are in shape to be able to pull numerous matches. The tough part with tournaments normally is the length of the tournament. If a tournament lasts 8, 10, 12 hours, it's not the amount of arm wrestling matches that you have to perform. It's the mental wear and tear and the drainage that happens when you're sitting trying to keep yourself keyed up.
So for a guy one of our members who may be only in the sport a couple of years, would you recommend them going out and pulling as many weight classes as possible? Or is it best to stick with your weight class? What's better to help you train to become a better puller?
Well, if you can afford it and you can, during an arm wrestling tournament, you're going to get probably, if you're pulling out of your class and you're outranked, you're going to get an extra 2 matches. So you basically have to decide whether or not it's worth the $25, $30 to pull a couple matches. But yeah, I would recommend to anybody to pull as many arms as you can after a tournament like this. Get guys that you want to pull out of your class and hook up with them on the table and figure them out, feel comfortable, and work the mind and muscle to perform the different techniques.
So when it comes back to this guy Tim who beat you once, the second time you meet him, you'll do something totally different with him?
Well, hopefully, yeah, I won't be too wore out. I'll try to hook him next time. I'll grab him a little low, force him into a hook, and then work from there. I think I could still probably top roll him in the straps. The first, it just destroyed me mentally. The first match we had, we ended up getting into a thumb pull, and I thought he was going to break my thumb. I should have just let it go. He had it twisted up so good that I just didn't even want to pull. I mean, I felt like my arm was okay to pull, but it was gonna break my thumb. So I wish they had just called the match. They should have just called the match there. I was beat. I had given up. Yeah, I think if he ends up beating me on a hook, I think I still have the opportunity and chance to out-topple him in the straps. I just have to set up a little harder at the go.
Thanks for
before
your
the
time.
go.
Good luck in the finals, John.
You're welcome, Gary.